Alright, so this video will be actually two things. Will be about global and JP. I know I never crossed that line where I talk about info for both versions of the game at the same time, but because it's both dropped at the same time pretty much, and there's nothing much to go over the JP stuff, it's very quick, it's just one piece of information. I will mesh those together. But there's a dev note for global. I have not read, so we'll be reading this together. But first, what's coming for GP is the collab that they mentioned a few weeks ago. If not, was it like just a week ago? We didn't get an official note from the developers, but it was leaked. And yes, the new collab will be Attack on Titan. We have in the game files a lot of Titan stuff. They didn't drop the characters, but we have assets for Titans. So the new collab will be with Attack on Titan, which is pretty cool. It's one of my favorite anime, like by far one of my at top 10 my favorite animes. I think it doesn't. If I'm honest, I don't think it meshes too well characters wise, but the Titans are cool. Like fighting the Titans will probably be very cool. This in the files here, I'm assuming because I haven't seen it yet. They don't have the characters that they're gonna come out, which can mean two things. Either we're not getting any characters and it will be just the fights. Like it could be a collab with just the boss fights and stuff and just be a cool stuff. I hope there are characters. And if there are characters, let me know what characters you want. If I have to pick three, of course it would be the three main characters, right? Levi, Mikasa, and Eren. But screw Armin, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it would be Mikasa, Levi, and Eren. But if there aren't any characters, I wouldn't be too bothered because I think the fighting the Titans is already cool enough. But yeah, not much info other than that. That's all. That's why I just want to match this here with the global stuff. But a lot of people are going to be asking, oh, when will this come to global? I don't know. I don't know. The slime stuff was very recent, so I would wait. I would say a few months for this to come out on global. But yeah, and we don't even know when this is gonna come out to GP. Like we don't even know. It was just leaked. But yeah, that's cool. Attack on Titan collab again. I don't think characters wise, right? I don't think it meshes well because we're gonna have to play with the Attack on Titan characters that have like no powers and stuff, no magical stuff. I think a collab with Fate would have been like the perfect one, but I'm happy with Attack on Titan because I love the anime, and I know the manga is like insane. So, all right, now to the global stuff. So, dev team, another dev note. Dev notes are not very common on JP. Like they're like maybe once a month. So the fact that global is dropping a few of them is actually very good. By the way, with the new recent update with JP, I have to say this. We are currently living a timeline, and I know I have to say this because I'm known as like a global hater or something. We're currently living a timeline that global is objectively better than JP. I'll explain this better when I make my Super Awakening guide video, but we are currently living a timeline that global is objectively better than JP, which is bad for me because I play JP. But anyways, so. We'd like to say hello, blah blah blah. I'm enjoying the 100-day celebration. It's pretty good, not gonna lie. And we deeply regret the mistake we made. Yeah, they're still like on the Lilia stuff probably, huh? Because yeah, like not giving Lilia a free 6 out of 6 was it was an expectation, right? That people had. So to like not meet expectations is really bad. They're still on that, which is good. The fact that they didn't just brush it off and say, "Oh, it didn't happen," it's really good. In process of translating and applying 12 languages, Google server to catch a mistranslation issue. Oh, they're talking about the mistranslation. I thought they were talking about Lilia. Unlucky. Also, a stage-related bug fix temporarily caused a connection stability issue. We'd like to sincerely apologize. Okay, that's okay. You'll have been seeing. We try our best to listen to opinions. Your opinions of the team, of course, isn't work of just the development team alone. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Don't hesitate or support CM Gold. My boy CM Gold. Just talk. We prepared the 100-day celebration, but the benefits for all nights. By the way, these costumes pretty cool. I wish we got them GP, but the desired impact was lessened by the mistakes. It's fine, honestly. In my opinion, right? In my humble opinion, the translating stuff that was a mistake on Valentine's banner. I don't care. Like I genuinely don't care that there was a text mistake. I really don't care that it was a text mistake in like a little section. To me, that's nothing. Like, yeah, it was a mistake, and they fixed it. To me, that's nothing. So, I like, it wasn't really like the 100 day celebration was great on global. Prepare the oh, it's already read. For today's dev note, we'll actually introduce a future update. Chapter 10, cool. We're playing launch in chapter 10. Chapter 10's end boss was Gopher, and he was so annoying. So be prepared for that. It wasn't difficult, actually. He wasn't difficult. He was just annoying because he attacks you and breaks your cards, and that's really annoying. He can break your ultimate. Like, if you have an ultimate in your hand, he can break the ultimate and take off all of your ult gauge, which is really annoying. A lot of bosses start doing that, by the way, on story. Blah blah. The 5 festival kicks off. Blah blah blah. Aside from the story in its chapters, the development team is also hard at work, creating a different kind of grand story. We can't reveal what it is yet because we're still in the mindset of develop, but we are working around the clock in hopes that we enjoy content like the Tension. Are they talking about the Attack on Titan stuff already? No way. I mean, they're mentioning the collab. That's all we can say about this, but next we'll back some more details. We can't reveal what it is yet because we're still in the midst of development, but we're working around the clock in hopes that we enjoy this content like the Tension collaboration. There's no way they're just gonna mention the collab without talking about another collab, right? Are they? There's no way they're already talking about this Attack on Titan collab that was just leaked on GP. Oh my god, if they drop the collab in both versions at the same time, that would be so cool. That would be so cool if they drop on both versions at the same time. Oh, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. And honestly, they don't even need to, like, okay, now they would have to, like, lower the difficulty for the global version because now GP has Super Awakenings or something. I mean, they could just not make it difficult on GP, right? They honestly could just drop the same thing on both versions. Now, global has level 80. It doesn't have UR gear, but, like, from the events that we have, we don't need UR gear or stuff like that. So they legit. Global has UR gear. What am I talking about? But it has for like 4 characters. It doesn't have like Meliodas, Ascom, or stuff like that. It only has like 4 characters that aren't even like good for like these kinds of stages and stuff. But they could just drop it before. Anyways, they could literally drop, if they're talking about this collab like this, right? They could literally drop for both versions. But do not expect that, right? I try to not create much expectation. Do not expect that to happen. But for them to just mention a collab like this in the dev note and like knowing that there's also a collab coming for JP, that's very weird. But okay, but okay, I don't want to create expectation. All right, do not hope for the collab to drop on both versions at the same time. But that would be super cool. Please do that. All right. Final boss Gopher. Finally, I mean not finally. We just got king on global, but Gopher is. Would I say is the most difficult super boss? And I would say most annoying because he attack seals you, and I'll make a guide on it, right? But pretty much, Gopher, the first phase, you oh, Lilia! Blue Lilia is coming out. Okay, it makes sense because Blue Lilia is a unit made for the Gopher fight. In the first stage, it's Gopher and 2 of his 2 allies for him, right? And if you kill one of the allies, he instantly one-shots you. So you have to, kill Gopher first. And in the second phase, if you don't damage the allies and Gopher at the same time, Gopher fully heals. So you need to use AoE units because of it. And Lilia is pretty much made for it because she takes off ultimate gauge and she heals. That's pretty good. Actually, can't you like not heal in the second phase or something? I don't recall. It's been a while since I've done it. Alright, you mastered Final Boss King last time. The excitement of seeing blah blah blah. We want to show a different sort of tragic, fun, and challenge that what you experience with Final Boss King. This is Final Boss Gopher is coming up in the coming update. So next week. Alright. Knights can battle against Gopher to earn points, which blah blah blah. You are currently progressing the story, blah blah blah. Also, you can find out Gopher. We plan to release someone you've all been waiting for. Of course, they know. Mastermind Mage Lilia. You'll be able to give us a. Alright, so this is what I was saying. Dude, summon for Lilia. Lilia is a god tier unit. She still is on GP. Summon for Lilia. She's so good, and she will really help you on this event. Taking off the ultimate gauge from Gopher is big. Also, Gopher, I don't know if they explain Gopher right here, But reverse stage. Oh, I'll talk about this in a second. Gopher on GP, and honestly, pretty much all the bosses up on nah. I think they stopped doing that with the most recent ones. But Gopher, when he released, they might make it different, but when he released, he did extra damage against demons just so Blue DML wouldn't destroy, or Gallon, right? So a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, but you can just use Gallon and Gallon's gonna destroy Gopher. Not really. The extra damage he does to demons annihilates Gallon. Like, he actually just on Hell one-shot Gallon at the time when I did this. So yeah, be aware of that. But you honestly, you can still use Blue DML, but Blue DML, when like I said in the first phase, if you kill the allies with Gopher, Gopher goes berserk. He just does so much damage on you. So DMML, whenever I used him, I would end up killing the allies by accident because he hits so hard, right? And that would happen, and Gopher would go berserk. But either way, Lilia is a fantastic option. The best team pretty much at the time was to beat him was Lilia, Alleyhawk, and Blue King. Yeah, I know, but it was a pretty good team. Okay, we're currently preparing new content where allies meet chapter 1, blah blah blah. Nice catch experience story on the other side. Reverse stages are fun, alright? I know a lot of, part 2 tickets. They're releasing part 2 tickets on Global. Nice. Let me close this. This is a meme on Twitter. I closed it. I'm so stupid. I am 20 years old and I closed the wrong tab. Unlucky, dude. But yeah, part 2 tickets are coming out. Part 2 tickets are coming out. So yeah, reverse stage is an activity I personally really like. It's very challenging, but only because a lot of these stages require you to use characters that you probably don't have leveled up. In like specifics, there is a stage where you have to use Death Pierce, Dojito, and the little kid, the one with white hair, and I had to 80 all 3 of them to beat that stage. So like, that's the challenge of the thing. Like, the stages themselves aren't that difficult, but because you have to level up so many characters, it's like for a lot of people, it's gonna take a while to beat because of it. But it's super fun. I really like it. And you only have to beat it once. Unlike Trading Cave, where, you know, you have to level up a bunch of characters, or you have to beat like every 5 days. This will only beat once. We are on like season 2 of this on GP, and it wasn't much more difficult. It's just the same thing. But I really like reverse stages. I'm pretty sure most of y'all should be able to get at least like the 37 stars, maybe even 50 stars, because I know a lot of people, like, you're gonna, like, for this stage right here, like, you have to use Twigo and Leone, like Realmore and Gilfunder. If you have like SR Realmore leveled up, like, you should be fine. In these early stages right here, like, I think it's this is like here or something, they're pretty easy. The ones that are a little more difficult, a lot of people might have some, you know, issues with, but eventually everyone should be able to beat it. This is all we have for today's dev note. As we said before, we will do our best to make sure our knights have more fun with the game, blah 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 blah. AOT stories in this is created by all of us, blah 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 blah. Pretty good. Pretty good. Just one thing, right? In the context of we knowing about the JP collab, this is just really weird. Like, I wouldn't expect for it to be a joint thing, but if it is, pretty PogChamp. Alright, that's Lilia's coming out. So finally, for the people that have been waiting for Lilia and waiting to be able to really use their Blue DM Meliodas, finally here. Let me see. Is the Blue Lilia called that on GP as well, or did we mistranslate like some of the characters? Yeah, it's Mastermind. Yeah, but it's together. All right. By the way, Lilia's attack is called Pathetic. I know, kind of hot.